Ladies and gentlemen, MoistCritical, Penguin Zero, Charlie may be leaving YouTube. Let's get into it. Very recently, we have slowly watched the downfall of MrBeast, and we may very well be watching the downfall of MoistCritical. You all may know him. He's the white shirt guy, the long hair, the beard. Whoa, baby, that's what I'm talking about. You know, that guy who's very viral, one of the most popular YouTubers of all time, has announced that he is leaving the official podcast, which is his official podcast he made with some of his very longtime friends, Jackson, Andrew, Charlie, and Kaya, and announced this as an effort to take a break from the internet, which very well may mean he may be leaving YouTube behind as well. Now, on the official podcast's Patreon, they put this post, "Show update, goodbye Charlie. Hey everyone. Effective immediately, Charlie has made the decision to leave both the official podcast and Red Thread. He wants to go on an join to unlock. And I'm not going to spend money, so luckily someone on Reddit was nice enough to take a photo of what this says, right? Effective immediately, Charlie has made the decision to leave both the official podcast and Red Thread. He wants to go on an indefinite hiatus to scale back his time spent on the internet." Now, you might be saying, well, he's just leaving the podcast. Well, most of his time on the internet comes from streaming on his YouTube and pumping out his daily, sometimes 2-3 videos a day. So it's going to be kind of hard not to be off the internet while doing that. Just saying. We obviously wish him the best, for everyone to respect his decision, and for all to know that the show will always be open for him to drop by and talk shop, should he wish to return. The official podcast, Red Thread, and Criminally Stupid are not going anywhere in light of this announcement. The contributors to the official channel will be continuing as usual, bonuses and all, no change in schedule or pace, other than no Red Thread this week due to Isaiah being on holiday, with even more stuff on the horizon. But we can also see right here, if we go onto the official podcast's YouTube channel, the official channel, that is a pretty massive amount of dislikes, and a lot of people can probably relate to the recent comments that MoistCritical made on children transitioning during his debate with Sneako. Now, if you don't know about the situation I'm referring to, here is a clip from Drama Alert of MoistCritical saying he believes children should be able to transition genders if their parents consent. Now, mind you, Sneako also said some pretty stupid things in this same interview back and forth. He said that, you know, children should be able to get married to adults. So he's very bad as well. But take a listen.
Do you believe that somebody can go through hormone therapy? Can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting, as you agree with.
Okay, so as long as everyone...
If your parents are okay with it and you are okay with it, I think that's totally a familial decision to make, yeah.
Okay, so a child can cut their off and take hormone blockers and change their biology forever, but they can't get married?
Well, that's a decision that now extends beyond the family, because now you're bringing in a different party. So if you have someone that's your age coming in saying, I want to marry that child, I don't think that can happen under any circumstance.
So, but it's still a personal decision. You're still deciding. Because take the other party out of the equation. It's a personal decision. If I'm 16 and I personally want to marry this girl, she's beautiful. She's 21 years old. Her family wants to do it. My family wants to do it. You're saying, I can't do that. We're both consenting. I'm ready to go. I'm physically mature, but I'm not allowed to marry because Moist says that woman's a pedophile. But if then the next day I leave it, I'm depressed, I want to cut my off, I can go right into the clinic, snip it off, and start taking HRT like Chris Tyson. That's a society that makes sense to you?
It is. I believe everyone has I believe everyone has the right to do with their body what they want to do.
Oh.
Now, after this, back and forth, MoistCritical tried to come out and say that he misunderstood the question and he thought that, Sneako was trying to be rhetorical or trying to be like almost sarcastic in a way. But what he just said in that video didn't seem like he knew that or thought that at all. He doubled down on the statement. It seemed like what he was trying to do was appease, certain people who support, that idea. And for a while now, people have always thought MoistCritical, you know, Penguin Zero has been someone who's a fence sitter, someone who just kind of sits up there right in the middle, waiting for the popular opinion, and then he jumps down to whatever side it is. You know, it's hate this person, like this person, hate this situation, like this situation. It's been very rare that MoistCritical has had kind of an opinion of his own or a take of his own that the internet would say. And this was one of those times where he ended up jumping on the wrong side of the fence. And many people, the internet, even, you know, popular figures who aren't even a part of the YouTube landscape, the commentary community, ended up calling out MoistCritical on this, saying like, oh my God, this huge YouTuber, why does he think that children should be able to, you know, cut their wee-wees off? It's absolutely absurd. And here is that clip for context. MoistCritical backtracks on his terrible take that children should be able to transition and claims he misunderstood the question. That's from Drama Alert.
And now I give a perspective on something that immediately gets misconstrued. And I do recognize a lot of it's my fault. I assumed that Sneako was talking in hyperbole about a 9-year-old getting their dick cut off, because I didn't have the assumption that anyone thought that is how transitioning works. There is, under no circumstances, any legality behind a kid saying, I want to change genders, and then immediately going in and getting their dick cut off. That doesn't happen. I thought he was just talking in hyperbole.
Now again, Sneako broke the question down. Okay, you don't have to like Sneako. I'm not a big fan of Sneako. He broke the question down. He said, if I was this age, if I was going through all these different treatments and blah, 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 and they eventually got to a point where I can, you know, get that snip, should I be able to do it? And Critical said, yeah, you should be able to. You know,
obviously, no one says that's good. That's not at all.
Obviously, no one says that good. Now that the internet has told you that's not good and you're agreeing with him, he jumped back on the fence because, you know, he realized he accidentally jumped down to the side with the rabid dogs, the same rabid dogs, you know, who try to get him canceled every week for misgendering Ava Tyson, things like that. He jumped to the wrong side, and now he's trying to come back to the more sane side, the less chronically online side.
What I was saying. I thought he was talking about the overall point of a child transitioning, which is years-long process. And you can't even get that fucking surgery legally until you are 18. Like, I didn't think that was a literal statement he was making. I did not, and I guess I should have assumed that he was being literal, and that's on me.
I mean, yeah, you should assume it. That's why he asked you like 3-4 times. He elaborated. I feel like that was one of the rare times where Sneako was actually kind of honest, and he gave you the leeway, and he actually broke it down and said, do you think this should happen? And he said, yes. You know, I'm not a Sneako fan again, but that was a very charitable question that could have easily been answered with this opinion he's giving now if he thought that was the case then.
But I'm sure you can point to like fringe examples of like some evil doctors performing it on like kids or something. I'm sure that happens. There's corruption and everything. But I wasn't under the assumption that's what we were talking about. But yeah, there's no winning on anything. Sneako gets away with saying 12 to 15-year-olds can marry adults. I don't think his chat looks anything like the YouTube chat here.
Well, nobody's on Sneako's side. We already know people who are fans of people like Sneako are not the smartest people alive.
He literally, multiple times, reaffirms that he believes 12 to 15-year-olds can legally, morally, and should marry adults.
And we don't agree with that.
There's no problems for him.
There are problems with him.
Said
he's literally banned from YouTube, banned from Twitch, banned from almost every streaming platform. The only streaming platform he can use is Rumble, where you have to log in and it's age restricted. Just saying, nobody defends Sneako.
That I think it's okay for a child to transition, to learn about it. It's a process. You don't just go in and immediately get your dick cut off. That's not how it works. There's therapy. There's other professionals that get involved way years before any kind of surgery can even be an option. Because again, you have to be 18 for the surgery in the first place.
And there we have it, my friends. The MoistCritical falling down, right? The tower of MrBeast, MoistCritical, you know, they were neck and neck. Obviously, MrBeast has 300 million. MoistCritical's like in 20 million, but he's still seen as kind of one of the poster boys of YouTube. or just kind of reacting to everything, platforming everything. Any viral topic, MoistCritical is going to make a video on and go, "What's up, guys? Today we're going to be busting open the butt cheeks of the Deadpool 3 situation. It's crazy. Alright, see ya." You know, you've seen a MoistCritical video. You've probably seen many. I don't hate the guy. I think he's very funny. I think he's very entertaining. He does good things. He gives a lot of his money back to people in need. And he makes bad takes. Makes good takes. This is one of those horrible takes. I don't think he should leave the internet. I don't think everybody in the mom should hate this guy, even if he's a fence sitter. It does suck that he doesn't have his own opinions, if that's the case. But again, he's not a horrible person. I think that his actions mean a lot more than what he says, and his actions are, you know, giving to people in need. He donates a lot of his money to those in need. He platforms small creators, brings awareness to small, you know, drama situations and small allegations, things like that. So he's, for the most part, a very nice, very good dude, just with some bad takes. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know down below what you think of this situation. Is this the end of MoistCritical? Personally, I don't think so. He might just be taking a week or two off. He might come back on the podcast for all we know. But I can understand how the stress does get to him, and he just needs a break. But peace out.